to the Celtic Craft Studio. I thought I'd do something a little different today. I thought I'd do a flip through of the journal that I just put into my Etsy shop and maybe talk about some of the elements that we'll work on a little later on when we make a journal that's similar to this. This was inspired by Medieval Mirage, Joff's beautiful illustrations. I believe this one is Medieval Odyssey, Volume 1. And it has some beautiful, beautiful graphics in it. And what really excited me was the fabric that I found that I thought went perfectly with it. And I kind of went with the regal Renaissance theme with the red and the gold and the beautiful paisley. So let's open it up, see what's inside. I'm going to show you probably the next journal we make. I think we will do one of these covers. This is a handmade cover. I use manila envelopes to make my covers, and I'll show you how. Now this one has 2 signatures, but sometimes I do 3. Kind of depends on the look, what I'm going for. And then I like to use trim, lots of trim, especially on something as regal and Renaissance as this. So here we have some pockets, some tags. Most things in my journals have writing space on the back. And this one has a little belly band on it with a little card. Just a little something different. A little surprise. Here's some of the beautiful papers. Like I say, Joff just does a wonderful job. It's always hard for me to pick which one I want to work with. I've worked with several. Now, her kits are a little expensive, but you could make at least 2-3 journals out of all the things you get in her kits. And her kits, most of them are very matchable. You can use them with each other. So they go a long way. They really do. And they're just absolutely gorgeous. And then I add my own ephemera journaling cards so that you can journal on the back. This one I made some handmade tags. I used some old German paper that I had and some just craft stock that I die cut, and then I put some gold ink around them. So just making them a little different than just your standard tag. It always makes things a little more interesting. And then I like to throw in special papers. These are papers that I found at the craft store. I just thought it was beautiful, the red and the gold. All right, more ephemera, more journaling cards. Beautiful, beautiful kit. Here's another extra. I did the gold straw paper. This was from Roxy's shop. I love the different straw papers that she has, and so versatile. More tags, little tags, big tags. I love this illuminated manuscript look. Beautiful. Here's some more of the red paper. Pockets. I'm going to show you in future videos, we'll do some ephemera videos and show you different pockets. You can do pockets in many ways just to make them interesting and mix it up a little. All right, this pocket actually came with her kit, and it's one of these that you can put paper in. but I use it as a pocket by clipping it to the side. I don't glue it down so that you can take it out and put something in it if you want. So I clip it to the side, use it like a side pocket. And then once again, this is a handmade tag using one of her illustrations. I have this old German Bible. I just love the font that they use in that Bible. And then this red tag with some gold ink on it instead of your typical vintage photo. I love looking up women of the period, Renaissance women. Here's the center of the signature, the first signature, and it has an envelope with a journaling card, tags, lots of good things to write on. I love the color combination on this one. Gorgeous, gorgeous colors. All right, and we're kind of covering some of the same ground. The straw paper. Beautiful florals. Oh, love her. She's gorgeous. The red paper. Side tucks. I don't think I have any belly bands in this one, but that's something we'll talk about too when we talk about ephemera. And this is an envelope. I'm going to unclip it. I might be sorry because sometimes these clips are a little... I apologize for my Band-Aid. It took blood from me yesterday. All right. So what I did was I took the envelope. I didn't even glue it shut. It's like a journaling spot. Okay. Once again, just a different idea, different way to use things. And then clipped it over the page. Here comes the tricky part. Getting the clip back on here, especially these tiny clips. My hands were not made for teeny tiny things. So then we slide a journaling card in there. Over here you got another top tuck if you wanted to do something there. Once again, in my journals, I try to strike a balance. I don't want to, you know, overdo it. I don't want it to be too cluttery. And I want to give you the opportunity to make it your own. You could take out a lot of the ephemera and put in your own ephemera. That's an idea too. I always tell the ladies that order from me that once it leaves my studio, it becomes yours and you do with it as you please. That's the whole point. All right. Ah, beautiful, beautiful. So as I say, once we finish up the ring binder, we're going to discuss this journal. I think we'll make a journal that's similar to this. I am one that's drawn to botanical. As you can see, even this has a lot of botanical in it. So I think the journal I do next time will have botanical in it. Probably even use a little Edith in it. Can never get too much Edith. And we'll cover some Edith ephemera. You can find Edith pages in my shop and use them in your journals. Once again, the center of the second signature. Beautiful, beautiful colors. Like I say, you can mix and match. I think some of the ephemera in this one came from the botanical. I have a couple of her botanical kits, and I love them. So as I say, this is available in my Etsy shop. I think this is the only journal. I know I have a couple of pouches that are in there that have traveler's notebooks, small journals in them. And then I have a lot of journal making supplies, fabric you can use for covers. Like I say, Edith Holden pages, which I will show you when we make our next journal, how to use Edith in a journal. So there you have it. I always tell people too, if you don't like the strings, I leave the strings on. I think it's interesting. But if you don't like the strings, you can cut them off. You have my blessing. All right, so there you have it. There is the Medieval Odyssey Volume 1. I'm calling it the Renaissance Journal, now available in my Etsy shop. So I hope you will check it out. And the next time we get together, we're going to do part 3 of our ring binder. I think it'll be a 4-parter, and then we'll move on to something different. I don't want you to be bored. All right, that's it for today. Have a good one. See you later.